Let's see, we're going to move over a bit. All right, so we're still in Unit 10. We're going to talk about another type of third declension nouns that are different from what we've learned. This is the hardest type, I think, because they look so much like second declension nouns of the type logos. The nominator of them, the standard example is the noun genos. If you want to start writing this up. So it's the noun genos, and it looks like.
Start over. There it is. Doesn't
Okay, no, are we there? Are we
yeah, it didn't
are we
go
connected?
with
Okay. Let's see what happens if we write. Yep. So we're in the noun genos, and so the nominative looks like it's a logos type noun. So that's the nominative, but the genitive of it is genus. Okay. With an OUS, which is definitely not like logos, logu. Okay. And the other thing is the gender of these nouns, of all of these here, is neuter. So this is definitely new territory. And that genitive is also weird. What's happening is this, and you can see that the book spells this out, but that form genos comes from all the, except for the nominative singular neuter and the accusative singular neuter, which are both genos. The other forms are all built on a stem, genes, G-E-N-E-S. You want to put it in parens or afterwards from, yes. So genes, okay, and when you add OS to that, for example, what happens is the S disappears in between the vowels. It turns into S and Z and H, and then it goes away, and then you have a contraction process, and E plus O gives you OO, okay? So this is what's making, obscuring the fact that this is a third declension noun. The dative is okay. The dative form in the singular is gene, G-E-N-E-I, okay? And the accusative, of course, since its neuter is the same as the nominative, genos. When we look at the plural, don't go to it. All right, all right, okay, it's okay. Let's go to the plural. You've got the nominative plural neuter is gene. Now this is really disturbing, right? Put the accent on there. That looks like a feminine nominative singular, but in fact it comes from genesa, okay? G-E-N-E-S plus an alpha, and the S disappears again between the vowels, and you get the contraction of the E and the A into an eta, okay? So this is really tricky. And then genitive plural is ganon with the circumflex over the because it comes from ganeson. There was an accent on the E, on the second E. So when the S disappeared, you get accented and untoned vowel contracted to give you a circumflex one. And then the dative plural is genesi, okay, with an S that survives between the vowels. Now, those are tricky things to explain, but they can be explained. You can have a new movable there at the end of genesi. And then the plural, the accusative plural is the same as the nominative, so it's gene. So, we lost the link?
I did.
Yeah, this time. Okay.
No problem.
Okay. Weird. This is agreeing with it. So, what to do with these nouns? Because it's one thing to look at kinship terms where the endings are the same, and it's another to look at nouns like this where there are recognizable features, but they've gotten obscured by sound changes. So my general recommendation is to memorize genos, genus, gene, genos, gene, genon, genus, gene. I think that'll stand you in good stead. This is a huge class of nouns, the genos, genus, neuter nouns. Many forms of them, and many words of this type, so it's worth learning them. The other rarer part of this, okay, we said all of the nouns in this group are neuter, but there is a very small group of personal names, okay, of the type Socrates, Socrates with an accent on the alpha, okay, that are actually also stem nouns like the Genas type. Okay, there are two. Here's the really hard part. There are also a whole slew of other names whose nominative, personal names, masculine names, whose nominative ends in "ase." Okay, and they're just inflected like stratiotes. So the genitive is stratio2, and Euripides is Euripides, Euripidu, and it's just like stratiotes. But Socrates is of this stem type, like genos, genus. The dative is Socrate with an ei, and the accusative is Socrate with an eta from Socratesa. Okay, the s disappearing and the epsilon and the alpha contracting into an eta. There's no plural for names. Okay, although we speak of several Demosthenes, Greeks didn't do that. Okay, there is a vocative, Socrates, rather, I think. I think the accent's on the first syllable, yes. Socrates is a weird vocative. Accent on the omega. So that's a very small subclass of the Genos type nouns. Again, our recommendation is that you memorize them as a separate group.